going on, everybody? Welcome back today for another video. Today we're going to talk about the SVT Cobra behind me. My dog came running over. We're going to talk about the Mustang behind me. Now, if you guys do not remember how I got this car back, or if you don't remember the story behind the car, whatever, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like and commenting. I answer every one of your comments. At least I try to. And if you haven't checked out last week's video, you should definitely head over and check it out. I got a pretty good discount code for you guys on any LED lights that you need, and then it'll give you 15% off. Head over and check that video out. It'll be linked in the description below. But let's hop right into this and talk about where we are at on the Mustang. First, I'm going to show you guys a few pictures of how I got this car back right about now. That's how I got this car back. Now, in today's video, you are going to be hearing, 17-year-old, 18-year-old Dylan decided this was a good idea, because when I was younger, I did some dumb stuff to this car, but I'm working on fixing it. So as you can see, we have not new taillights, but new to me. I got these from the junkyard for a pretty good price. This had horribly tinted taillights, and I'm not going to act like I wasn't the one that put them on the car. I'm the one that tinted them. But when I was younger, I thought it looked so cool and blah, blah, blah. So like I said, you're going to be hearing that a lot today. But yeah, so we have new taillights here. I do have 2 new deck lids for this car. There is a mean dent right here. That might be from me doing brakes on the car and forgetting the e-brake was off. I let it down off the jack and it rolled into the Jeep. This was back when I was like maybe 19 years old, guys, so don't judge me for that, but that is what happened right here. And just the way the dent is, it's going to take a lot more to do body work on this deck lid than it would be to just swap it out. I'll show you guys the deck lids that I have. Next, we are going to open up this trunk, and I'm going to show you guys what is going on back here. It's not fully wired up yet, but everything is mounted. So I still do have to wire the positive and negative cables, which is no big deal. If you guys are familiar with the Mustangs, these cars came with quad shocks from the factory. So I'm going to run the ground down through a grommet to the quad shock bolt, which is back here. This is an NHRA approved battery box. My battery's inside here. Just take my word for it. I don't feel like taking it out. I have my vent tube right here for the battery vent. Obviously, we're going to run that outside the car. I just didn't finish running everything yet, but the box is all mounted up, sturdy, and it's pretty much ready to rip. I just got to wire it up. This car does have, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but the floor is rotted out in the trunk. So I'm going to see what I can possibly do about this. I'm going to probably cut, most of it out or whatnot, and see what we can save, what we can't save, and, we'll figure it out. It's definitely some rust in the back of the car. The rest of the car is rot-free. It's just the trunk. So we'll figure out what we're going to do there. It's not really a big deal, but that's what we have going on in the back here so far, at least. This is one new trunk lid for this car, and I have another trunk lid up there. This one has a wing. That one is a V6 trunk lid with no spoiler. So I do like this car with no spoiler, but I also do like this car with a saline wing. So as you can tell, there's plugs here, and they just look hideous. So at $30 a pop from the local yard, I was like, you know what, I'm going to grab both. I'm going to grab one with a wing and one without a wing. I'm probably going to rock the one without a wing until I get a saline wing, and then we'll swap this one over and we'll unmount the spoiler right here and mount the saline wing on this one. But I do have new third brake lights in both of them because obviously, again, 17-year-old Dylan decided that this would be a good idea, which you can't even see the light when you hit the brakes. It's honestly terrible. Like, somebody's going to run into the back of me because of it. So that's why I'm undoing all that. This quarter does need to be changed out at some point, and at the very least, it needs body work. There's a dent right here. This is cracked. I do have new ones sitting over there. Grab those from the junkyard. Got my headlights. I decided to go with the stock Cobra headlights with the clear corner lights. I just feel like this is a way better look than what I used to have on the car. I used to have some one pieces on the car, and it's just too much for this car. This is an old car. This car looks good in stock form, just with like an aftermarket hood and wing, and that's really about it. This car just looks good how it comes. The interior, we do have some things we have to do. We need a window regulator, we need a door lock actuator on this side, and we need a rear seat delete. I am going to go with an all metal one because I am planning to put a fuel cell in the back at some point. And the fact that I have the battery back there, I'm not sure if tech inspection will get me for that. So I just want to go a metal one. This car is going to get caged eventually. And yeah, so everything in here is pretty much, you know, going to put maybe a radio, maybe. We'll figure it out. But yeah, everything in here is pretty solid. We'd like to do some harnesses and some seats. But yeah, here's where a lot of the work has come. So obviously I had no body panels for this car. I had a passenger fender, and that was really it because the car was hit pretty hard over here. So I thought to myself, I said, what's the easiest way to assess this? And the suspension was ripped out and everything. I did post a video a while back of me putting the car back on 4 wheels. The suspension is solid right now, but I would like to change out this K-member just because it went through the accident. I bent it back, but I would like to change it out. It doesn't really make any sense to keep it on the car. I would really like to go with a Team Z K-member, A-arms and coilovers on this car, which will match my tubular front end, which we didn't get to yet, but it has a tubular front end. I do have 4 new to me wheels. They do need to be powder coated. The chrome is peeling off of them, but these are 18 by 9 and 18 by 10 Saline replicas, which I actually got 8 of them with tires, which I have 2 drag radials and 2 street tires for $175. So you cannot beat that. I gave 4 of them to one of my friends, and I kept 4 for myself, which was an awesome deal. And then over here we have the side moldings that I was telling you about on the side that are cracked. I have a strut tower brace, I have a header panel to mount my headlights, and I do have side skirts over there. That's all for this car. I got the OE side skirts and so on and so forth. 96 to 98 is a different side skirt than 94, 95. It's just a little bit different up front here, which this is a 98 Cobra, so I definitely wanted the 98 side skirts. And I picked this hood up. This hood only cost me 175 bucks. It's not Cervini's or anything, but it's a quality hood, and it's a nice cowl hood. So I'm very happy with that purchase there. And I got this fender from the junkyard, which it's a straight fender. It needs like almost no body work. There's like one small dent over here. But now if we open this thing up, we have where all the magic happens. So we did do a tubular front end on this car. So I did do a tubular front end on this car just because it was the easiest way to fix it. And what I want to use the car for is mostly racing. So this is the way I decided to go. In the future, I want a Coyote in here with a turbo. So again, it just opens so much room up. This is a Team Z kit. It's very high quality. I'm very happy with it. Pretty much you just cut your front end off at the strut towers here, which is just so happens to be right where my damage stopped, was like right here. So I just cut it off. It's MIG welded, you know, the front end on. And then the rest is up to you guys. So you got to make brackets for everything, all your Hydro Boost lines and everything. Your intake, you know, if you want to make a bracket for that. But it's not terrible. I still do want to get hood struts because right now I don't have a hood prop rod. Obviously, I have a tubular front end, so I'm using a pry bar to hold my hood up, which will get the hood struts. That's not a big deal. I need to get hood pins still, which I'm thinking about making brackets off this bar right here for the hood pins. Because obviously I don't have a hood latch anymore. So that'll be the same over here. That fender is the original fender. And then up front, what I've been working on recently is mounting all of this. So I did make radiator mounts at the bottom. I used a C-channel, welded it on the frame down there, and made it so the bushings, the factory bushings, will go into the C-channel, which came out really nice. The radiator is not going anywhere. These are the stock radiator mounts, which I unbent, and I drilled a hole in them to mount to a hole that was already on the tubular front end. I am going to clean this up. I'm just going to cut that off there and, you know, just make it a little bit nicer than what this is. Again, same thing over there. And then this is now my power steering cooler, which if you guys are not familiar with it's probably the same from 94 to 04. The power steering cooler is a joke. It's like a little line that runs on the bottom here. Obviously, I don't have anywhere for that anymore. So I went and bought this really, really nice unit. This was actually off of Amazon. It was only like 30 bucks. It wasn't crazy, but it's a really, really nice quality cooler. So I'm going to use that as my power steering. And then obviously this is my radiator, which is a 3-core SVE, which I had a stock radiator before. I know everything else was upgraded on the car but the radiator, which was mind-blowing. But yeah, it did have the stock radiator in it. So this is now a 3-core. And then I bought a really, really nice Canton aluminum overflow tank, which is all mounted up to, I used threaded rod here, welded 2 nuts on the bottom to adjust my height and keep it where I want it. And then these nuts unscrew so you can actually remove everything. So everything is serviceable, you know, nothing is fixed here permanently, which is really, really nice. I didn't film most of this because this is a lot of work, guys, and this isn't work that I'm used to doing. So I just wanted to mainly focus on it and just give you guys an update as I go. Like I said, guys, I want this car out on the road by my birthday. My birthday's in August. That's the goal. I want license plates on this car. I'm going QQ with this car. This car is 25 years old, so I can go QQ. That's what I want to do with it because I won't need inspection or anything. This car is heavily modified and I just know that it's not going to go through inspection. So I want to go QQ. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to be driving it every single day, so the miles will stay off the car, but it's come such a long way, man. Like, I know it's been slow process and whatnot, but I want to take my time with it. I want to make it good. I don't want to just rush through it. So yeah, but I have a couple more parts to get for it. It's pretty much almost ready to be buttoned up. I have to take everything back off to paint the tubular front end, but it's not a big deal, you know. Everything's kind of just mocked up. It's not like actually mounted. But yeah, so really want to get this thing done. I really hope I can get it done by my deadline, but we'll see. I'm also thinking about, let me know what you guys think about this license plate idea, but I was thinking about doing the custom plate, and I was thinking about making it salvage because, to be honest with you guys, this car has been in about 3 accidents, none of which were from me, but I feel like that plate would fit this car perfectly because this car should have a salvage title 3 times by now, but it never changed ownership, so it never got a salvage title. So I have actually a clean 98 Mustang Cobra, technically. So yeah, I was thinking about doing salvage. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some ideas down below for license plates and stuff. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the Mustang, let you know where it sits, how far I've come with it, which I've come, I'd say, probably a pretty far ways, especially because I only work on it a couple of hours here and there. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm more than happy to talk with you guys. Please drop a like up on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Hi, Zach. Truth or dare?